Hello, welcome to my channel, and today I wanted to talk to you about wedding fragrances. This is going to be part 1 for warm weather fragrances, and there are some things to consider when choosing a spring-summer wedding fragrance. We all know that heat amps up a fragrance, so it's important to be conscious of not overwhelming others around you, especially when you're in close quarters, like getting dressed and ready for the wedding, and also the receiving line when you're greeting people and they're telling you how wonderful you look, and also, we hope, how wonderful you smell. It is important to sample prior to choosing a fragrance, and the reason for that is, while notes may be wonderful and you can wear them in so many other fragrances you may have, depending on the scent, it can send unpleasant wafts up to you during the ceremony and following. It depends on how the notes react on your body chemistry, so sampling ahead of time is something I would think you would really want to try. There are some tips I think that can be helpful. In the heat, I would avoid, and I adore, all of the following, which are heavy gourmands, heavy woods, heavy spice, and avoid those syrupy sweet fragrances too. That can be kind of obnoxious to people who may not enjoy it as much as you do. I did not get married in the heat, and I've never wanted a tropical or beach wedding. I much prefer where it is cooler. And I will say the important considerations for you on your scent of the day for your big day would be, how do you want to feel? Do you want to feel romantic or fresh? Do you want elegant or sensual? All these are things to consider, since this will be your last finishing touch that you apply before your grand appearance. Today I want to give you some suggestions on maybe some florals that you can consider for your summer wedding fragrances. And this is just part 1. In part 2, I'll cover the citruses you may enjoy. Florals are probably the most popular and classic selection. It can be delicate, airy florals like Lily of the Valley. It can also be jasmine, known for its aphrodisiac properties, and freesia work well. Avoid those heavy, heady florals. You would want to smell the tuberose or gardenia fragrance, if you choose that, before your wedding, so you can know if it's just going to be overpowering and maybe you just need a couple of spritzes. Florals, to me, create an environment that is romantic, or it may feel fun and flirty. So many fragrances are available and alluring in this particular category. I will mention several along the way that would just give you a vibe, in my opinion, of the fragrance. The first one I already have a dedicated review on, and it's beautiful. It is called The New One by Creed, Eladari. And I would say you could layer this one with Bulgari's Magnifying Rose, or even their vanilla, Magnifying Vanilla, to amp up the rose. Or use a body cream, unscented or lightly scented, with notes that are in Eladari. Please watch the video dedicated to Eladari and imagine that pretty light pink bottle photographed next to your bouquet with the wedding invitation and your wedding rings. I'm just creating that whole scenario that I'm looking at. The next fragrance, which is an excellent choice for a wedding fragrance, is by Gritti, and it is Monica. Monica in the top notes has peony, lychee, and a fruity accord. In the heart of Monica we get jasmine, sandalwood, and white musk. The base of Monica greets us with warmth, with amber, vanilla, and a woody accord. Gritti's Monica is a fragrance that invokes a sense of romantic, modern, feminine, floral, and fruity scent choice. The lychee adds that fresh quality, along with the delightful ruffled petals of, say, a pink peony. You can pick whatever color peony you'd like. And it is sweet and delicate. Peonies in some cultures symbolize honor and respect, What a nice choice when Luca Gritti created this fragrance for his wife, Monica. Also, given the romantic feel to this flower, it's a wonderful choice for a wedding day. The middle notes add a light, creamy musk and wood accord. In the base, the depth of amber without being dark, sweet vanilla, and again, you have a soft woody accord. Monica is a fragrance that feels both timeless and modern, graceful and elegant. Its moderate sillage and good longevity makes this a very nice scent to try for your special event and certainly choose for your wedding. The next fragrance, which I have handy because I've been wearing it recently and have gotten compliments every time I've worn it. I know that doesn't really matter to everyone, but it is nice to hear you smell so good. But I would not choose a fragrance unless I liked it myself. This is Mind Game's Lionora. We have another gorgeous scent here, white, floral, and fruity. This one has passion fruit, tonka bean, ginger, and Madagascar ginger. In the middle notes we have apricot skin, osmanthus, freesia, and in the dry down we finally get to sandalwood, tonka lactone, which I'm sure is a fantasy note they create, and an eco musk, which is probably something else they create. A balanced composition is the key for any fragrance. This may be a bit heavier than Creed's Eladari, but it's not heavy. I have a Mind Games Part 1 review on some of their fragrances. This is included in Part 1 of Mind Games House Review, so you may want to take a look at that. Versatility depends on the specific notes you want to wear on your special day. Lionora might be suitable for many wedding venues, from a garden ceremony to an indoor reception. I find the lasting power excellent, and it has good projection on me. While compliments are not necessarily important, it's going to be nice if you're wearing this and somebody says you smell wonderful, and to create those scent memories around this fragrance. The next one I would suggest, Belfiore. It's a delightful fragrance for summertime. There is nothing groundbreaking about it, but it's well blended like all the fragrances I have found from Oman Luxury. Belfiore is a bright, fresh, fruity, floral, uplifting fragrance. That's a lot of F's. In the top notes we have apricot and carrot with the heart of osmanthus and the popular wedding flower gardenia. The base gives us suede, beeswax, and oak moss. Let me show you the sprayer on this, which is quite diffusive. Gentle mist. It's a very gentle mist. And that is so beautiful. The apricot comes from osmanthus. And that is the reason why it's not juicy or too fruity. It's more of a realistic apricot in Oman Luxury's Belfiore. Brings soft feminine appeal if you select this fragrance for your wedding. The same thing with the suede. That note comes from osmanthus since it has woody and leathery nuances. With the scent of apricot and suede coming from osmanthus, they just appear the way they are, and it does not mean that they smell synthetic at all. I don't get that in Belfiore. The creamy feeling, which some people may find here, is also from the same flower, but I don't think this is too creamy. I think it's rather milky, not lactonic, but I want to emphasize that it's milky, meaning it's very lighter. It gives you a sense of airiness and not denseness, which I think is great on a wedding day in the summer. About the gardenia in here, it's not earthy, it's sophisticated and doesn't offer an intoxicating experience, like in the case of many fragrances that contain gardenia. So if you have a problem with that flower, You shouldn't overlook this one when you see that note of gardenia. Give it a try. The projection in sillage is moderate, and I would suggest decanting maybe to respray if this is your only fragrance for that entire day. But this is a beautiful choice, and it is by Oman Luxury, and it is called Belfiore. Beautiful fragrance. The last scent I'm going to mention today is by Bond Number 9, and it is called New York Flowers. This is an amber floral fragrance, spring, summer, feminine, very feminine. A lovely, classy, fruity, floral forward with a slight sweetness. I loved this from the first spray. Let me show you this atomizer as well, which is beautiful. Oh, that didn't do so well. That one's better. The nozzle on Belfiore, I think, is a little better. But this is a gorgeous scent. It opens with that delicious blend of Cœur Royal, which is sweet black currant and champagne, along with green au jus pears, clementine, which create fruity freshness that simply sparkles in here. It won't sparkle as much as you will, but it will still give you some added sparkle. As the fragrance unfolds, the heart notes of grassy rose, jasmine adds that timeless yet gives you a modern bouquet of florals. Finally, the base of iris and amber provide a delightful warmth that is ever so slightly powdery. It is not a powdery fragrance. That's not one word I would associate with Bond Number 9 New York Flower. It's very gentle. For me, the fragrance is very long lasting, which is something to say for me, with a very moderate sillage. Try before you buy. Some may feel this has a synthetic type of scent to this concoction. I don't get that. I think for a special day, you may at least want to try a 5 ml first before that day comes, but this is an undeniably gorgeous fragrance. I can picture this being perfect for a garden wedding. It could be great for a garden setting. Think botanical garden wedding. This is one I really feel like is exceptional and perfect anytime, any place. If you would like a video wedding florals in perfumes with a designer brand, let me know in the comments and I'll be happy to film that one too. These are gorgeous fragrances and I hope your wedding day is perfect as you will look and smell. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will look forward to seeing you in my next fragrance video, my fragrance friends. Thank you and goodbye.